What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about the religion and society of classical Europe. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Greek religion. So the Greek religion was polytheistic, which means that they had multiple gods instead of one, and their gods represented everyday elements of life. For example, Athena represents wisdom and courage. And the gods also possessed human-like traits, which means they would all be humans only if they were not called gods and did not have magical powers. And to avoid all of that human-like traits of the gods, the Greeks built them massive temples, like the Parthenon for Athena. Next up is Greek philosophies. So the Greek philosophies were based on experimenting and observing. So the Greek philosophers would be the crazy, creepy stalkers sitting in that corner observing all of you. And the Greek philosophers were known as sophists, meaning workers of wisdom. So one of the most famous sophists was Socrates, who came up with the idea of the Socratic method. And I just forgot the T in method. I don't know why. But so coming back, the Socratic method is just asking questions to resolve your own problems. And Socrates' student Plato established a university known as the Academy, and he also wrote a book named The Republic. And Plato's student Aristotle established the foundations of logic. And the Academy is illustrated by Raphael from the Renaissance. Is on the left side of the bullet points. You can gaze on it. Yeah. The next thing is another philosophy which is more spiritual than logical. It is known as Stoicism, which was established by Zeno of Citium. He was a pretty cool guy, as you can see, and he said that endurance of pain through Stoicism is basically enduring pain through no display of emotions or complaints. So if you don't use emojis in texting, you're probably stoic. It was a joke. So next thing is Roman religion. It was also polytheistic. Gods represented everyday elements of life, and they also possessed human-like traits. Sounds pretty similar, huh? Yeah. The Romans were basically followed the Greek religion with different names for the gods. They also built massive temples and named it like the Greeks, except just removed the R. Come on, Romans. Can't do that. So the next thing, as the time passed by, people evolved from polytheism to monotheism, which is the idea of having a single deity or god and prioritizing it over everyone else. So it was at this time that Christianity had its beginnings, and Christianity was based on Judaic monotheistic beliefs, meaning it came from Persia. It was, yeah, and Christianity did not have social stratification, meaning it was popular amongst the poor, and as monotheism says, they put God over the emperor, which caused some conflict between the emperor and the Christians, especially Nero, who persecuted Christians because he was a crazy guy, and so he burned Rome and blamed it on the Christians so he can persecute the Christians and rebuild Rome as he wanted it to. What a crazy guy. The next thing is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was born in Nazareth in Galilee, which is in present-day northern Israel, in 3 AD. He was born as a Jew. He preached from 30 AD, 33 AD, so you can see 3 is an important number in his life. He claimed that he proclaimed himself as the Son of God, and said he was the Messiah, and he challenged Jewish ideas. There's a random blank and bullet number 3 because I forgot to type there. So the next thing is, so here's a map of the yellow region, all of that is Galilee, and then that blue dot over there is Nazareth. And this is Israel. So the next thing is, how did the Christians practice Christianity in Rome? Because Christianity was not legal. So there was an underground network of priests and followers. And if someone was caught preaching or practicing Christianity, they would either be burned at stake or crucified or thrown in front of hungry lions in the Colosseum, and people would watch it. Like, as you can see in the picture, these are all the people who are watching it over here. Crazy people, huh? So the spread of Christianity. Women played a major role in the spread of Christianity because no one would suspect them, because they would all treat women as, because it was a patriarchy. One of the first preachers of Christianity was Apostle Paul. He played a major role in spreading Christianity, and then later on Constantine and Theodosius also helped spread Christianity by converting to Christianity and then eventually making it mandatory through the Edict of Milan and Edict of Thessalonica. The next thing, the first monotheistic religion was Zoroastrianism. It was the official religion of Persia, and we all love Persians. And their god was Ahura Mazda, and they believed that fire represents the wisdom and power of God. Another monotheistic religion was Judaism, which was based on Zoroastrianism, and Jews believed that they had a covenant with God, meaning a treaty with God, and they waited for Messiah. And you can see that was a conflict with Christian ideas, because Jesus said that he was the Messiah, and the Romans were tolerant towards the Jews, and therefore the Romans and the Jews would togetherly persecuted the Christians. And the religious text of Judaism is Torah. The Torah. This is some architecture from classical Europe. The dome over here, the Colosseum, with arcs on that side over here. All the arcs over here. Arcs here, and the aqueducts which were used to, they were like bridges for water, and obviously the columns, the Greek columns, which were used in every building. Thing is Hellenism, which was pretty cool. It was the mix of Asian and Greek cultures due to the conquest of Alexander the Great. And at last we have the intellectual advancements during the classical era in Europe. We have Euclid's elements, which is triangles, circles, and squares. Then Pythagorean theorem, which was right triangles. Density, which is mass over volume, and statics. And Hippocrates' oath for doctors. And that's it. Wait, where did this come from? I don't need the Powtoon sign. No, go away. I don't need you in my presentation. Go away. Go away. Thank you for going away. And that's all. See you all in the next video. And hope you all have a good day.